Dr. Jason Fung, what is the correct cause of obesity? Part 2.
So it's not a lack of willpower, right? You're not some glutton. No, it's your hormones that are making you hungry. And you're not some slob because you're not exercising. You're like burning like 500 calories a day less. Not because you don't want to, and because you're not exercising. It's your hormones. It's your basal metabolism has gone down. Now we know this happens. So again, if you look at this caloric reduction as primary model, which we use all the time, too many calories, it's your personal choice. It's not actually true.
You are eating too many calories. It is actually not true. In a study of 1,700 women over 7 years, they compared a baseline diet versus a low-calorie, low-fat diet. They reduced the calories by 361 per day, and they reduced fat intake by 9%.
So here they start off baseline 1,788 calories a day. At follow-up 7 years later, it's 1,445. You lost 361 calories every day. They did about a 50% carbohydrate diet, right? So they went up from 44.5 to 52.7. And if you look at fat, right, fat went from 38.8 to 29.8. Great. Low calorie, low fat diet, right? Love it. Well, it didn't work. These people who should have lost 36 pounds every single year didn't even lose a single pound. So we've known it for so long. And yet we keep telling people over and over and over, reduce your calories, exercise more. We know it doesn't work. So you eat less calories, you lose weight. Your body senses that you lose weight. So you decrease your metabolism and you increase your hunger. Then you regain that weight. But since you have a lot of willpower, you double down. You're going to eat even less calories, right? And we've all done this. So you lose a bit more weight. But the problem is your body adjusts again. It reduces its metabolism and increases your hunger. And you start to regain the weight. To top it off, everybody thinks, oh yeah, that guy, he couldn't stick to his diet. If you look at it from a hormonal obesity point of view, if you're trying to really understand the etiology of obesity, the ultimate cause is the insulin. And if that is the ultimate cause, forget about this eat less, move more. That's not going to be successful any more than drink less alcohol is more successful. The ultimate treatment is to lower insulin. So this is the DCCT trial. So this is type 1 diabetics. And what they did is they had a group which had a lot of insulin and low blood sugars, and another group which had not that much insulin and higher blood sugars. So at the end of 10 years, 9 years, you can see that the people who got lots of insulin, almost 30% of them had major weight problems.
In a study that covered 9 years, there were two groups, high insulin versus low insulin. In the high insulin group, 30% had serious weight problems.
I'm not saying that they shouldn't get it. I'm just saying that here's an actual causation study. We gave the insulin, they got fat. There's a fascinating study done in 1993 where they took these type 2 diabetics and they started off with no insulin, right? And they said, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just amp up the insulin. And what they did was that they went from 0, by 6 months, they're taking 100 units a day. Their sugars are really, really well controlled. But what happens to their weight? Again, you can see there's a steady rise, 93, 97, 100, 102. And the number of calories that they ate was reduced by about 300 calories per day.
In a study of type 2 diabetics over 6 months, they steadily increased the insulin and decreased calories by 300 a day. The result, the average gain was 9 pounds.
Even as they took less and less calories, they should have been losing weight according to the calorie theory, they gained. This is strong evidence that the hormonal view of obesity is much more correct, because it's the insulin which leads to the obesity, which leads to the compensations that we see, right? These are hormonal effects. You're hungry because your body is increasing the ghrelin. You're decreasing your metabolism, you're not burning it off. And this is the whole thing. That sets you up. It says you don't get fat because you're overeating. You're overeating because you're getting fat.
It is not a lack of willpower. You are burning 500 calories less per day. It is because of your hormones, and your basal metabolism is lower. You are eating too many calories. It is not actually true. In a study of 1,700 women over 7 years, they compared a baseline diet versus a low-calorie, low-fat diet. They reduced the calories by 361 per day, and they reduced fat intake by 9%. The result was no weight loss. The cruel hoax is this: you eat less calories, you begin to lose weight. This decreases your metabolism and increases your hunger, and so you regain weight, and the cruel hoax continues. So, forget about eat less, move more. The ultimate treatment is to lower insulin. In a study that covered 9 years, there were 2 groups, high insulin versus low insulin. In the high insulin group, 30% had serious weight problems. In a study of type 2 diabetics over 6 months, they steadily increased the insulin and decreased calories by 300 a day. The result, the average gain was 9 pounds. So Dr. Fung's final point, it is hormonal obesity. Insulin drives obesity. Obesity drives hunger and decreased metabolism. We do not get fat because we overeat. We overeat because we get fat.